So, good afternoon. It is such a pleasure today to be here in this interview with a young lady that has a big cause in her heart. And those of you who know me, this is Michael Campbell speaking. You know that I love causes. Causes are so great to participate in filling a need where we see a need. And some years ago, we had a chance to meet. And tell us your name and tell us how we met, but whatever you remember of how we met.
We met in the airport.
Okay.
In the airport, if you remember. So we travel. You were coming from Jamaica. I was coming from Africa.
Okay.
And then I was coming from the orphanage in Africa that time. I was going to see the orphanage. We're in the same plane.
Okay.
And then we talked, and then we changed numbers. And I came and I called you. You said to come and meet you.
Yes.
We came and meet you, and after that, it was just too many stuff is going on at the same time in that time. So I hold on to it. Then I did some works, and now we're here now today.
Okay, fantastic.
I think it's two years or 3 years.
Yes, it's a few years now.
Yeah.
It's a few years now.
Yes.
So tell our audience today, what is your name?
My name is Fatou Kali, but people call me Fatima. But I prefer Fatima because some of them don't know how to pronounce the Fatou. So Fatima is best.
Fatima is best, right?
Yeah, Fatima is best, yeah.
Okay.
But you could call me Fatou if you know how to pronounce it. But that's my name. And well, I'm the founder of It Takes a Village Africa.
Yes.
I've been doing it since 2009.
Okay.
I've been doing this journey since 2009.
So It Takes a Village Africa.
Yes.
And so It Takes a Village Africa, and what I hear in that is that there are needs.
Yes.
And it takes a village,
To
right,
fulfill
to fill
that.
those needs.
Yes.
Yes, that is fascinating.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about It Takes a Village Africa. What does it do?
It Takes a Village Africa. We put kids in a shelter. Basically, they live under a roof that we have. So it's like it's a home. It's a home selling. So we go get kids that really needs. Parents cannot afford to put them in school, or they don't have food to eat. So we collect them and bring it to that home, and we put them in school, and basically educate them whatever they want to do to fulfill their dream. Because again, like I said, a lot of dreamers out there.
Yes.
Bright kids, they're very smart, but if no money, their money will go like in water because it's just no money for them to follow their dream.
Yes.
So the Take a Village goal is to pull that property down a little bit. We're trying, but we can't help everybody right now because it's a time process.
Okay.
But we help children and women also.
Okay.
We should help children and young men, anybody that need help.
Yes.
We try to help them.
That is fascinating. So tell me, how many kids are you helping right now?
We have 26 children right now.
26
We
children.
have 26 children.
That is a tremendous undertaking and a
Yes.
responsibility. So 26 children, how do you feed them? How do you put clothes on their back? And how do you educate them? All those things that you're doing, what does it
Well,
take?
I mean, it's not easy. It's been rocking. It's been going upside down. I have a salon here in the U.S. I have a salon, so that salon, a lot of the income that I get from there is go toward the children right now because I'm not having no help right now. It's no help right now, like financially. But I'm trying my best to do that, which is not easy sometimes. It's really difficult to take care of 26 children plus the workers because the workers is not getting paid. The payment that they're getting, they're helping those children in the house. So we put clothes on them. Again, it's just not easy. So that's why I'm here today to make this video for the world to know. It's kids out there that really need help.
Right.
And one person can't do it. That's why I named It Takes a Village because it's a village that raise children.
Yes.
One person cannot raise children.
That's right.
So I myself, I cannot raised all those kids by myself. So I need help.
Yes.
That's why I'm here today for those interviews. We have a struggle. Like, I came back from Africa. The kids was in a like back way, all the way, like close to the village. So I have to move them to the city.
Yes.
For them to get like some, something for them to know selling thing, because in the village you can't really learn a lot of stuff in there. So I brought them to the city. I have to spend a lot of money on that, that, because traveling them from that place, bringing them to another location in the city, pay for that place for maybe for a year, because in Guinea they don't do like first month rent, or you have to put deposit. Most of the time, if you want to rent in that place, they ask you for 6 months. You have to pay 6 months. Some landlords ask you like 1 year. You have to pay me 1 year before you could get my place. So with my situation, I have to pay them 6 months, because I tell them, I said, I don't have money. This is an orphanage, and I came, I already spent 2 months with the children to move them. From that place to the city. I said, I've been here 2 months, I'm not working, I'm here. So I want you guys to understand, try to give me some understanding. This for children. Right. So the guy, thank God he understood, so he gave us the house, so I will pay for 6 months. Right now the house is paid for 6 months, but after the 6 months is over, we have to pay it again. And now their food, you have to feed them, because it was just, I just don't have no money at this point. When I came back, going back to Africa, spending 2 months, you coming back, it's like you starting your life all over again, because here, bills are waiting for you. You have to pay your bill. So when I came back, stuff was just really hard, and I have to pay my bills, and me too, I have to live too. I want to help, but I have to live too, That's the only way I could help. Right. So I have to pay my bills in here. The kids miss maybe 2 months for school. They missed that, but thank God we got the school fee now. We invite some artists here. We see about that.
Tell us a little bit about what you've done recently to raise some funds for the orphans.
When I went back home this year, because like I said, I tried all kind of way to try to raise money, but it seemed like it's a lot of struggle, and so raising money was not really getting successful for me. Every time I do fundraising, I end up spending more. I don't even get it back. So it was just not getting successful for me, and then I just quiet down that time. I was just doing it alone. But some people advised me, they were like, Fatima, this is not the right way to do it. This thing, you can't do it by yourself. If you continue doing this, one day you're just going to give up on those children, and you already give them a hope. So, and I understand, I think that, it really breaks my heart when that person told me that. I said, okay, I just need to figure out another strategy, like another thing that I could do to raise money. So when I went back home, I really evaluated selling things, and then artist stuff just popped in my head. It was just one night when it just came to me like that. When I get up in the morning, I said, maybe let me try that, because they have a lot of African community here. So if you bring those artists here, they're singing the song that they could hear, it feed them, they will come, and they also use that platform to make the organization to be known. So I'm like, if I use that, maybe that's gonna help me. And we asked this first artist. He was really willing to do it, and he was very patient. We paid for his flight to come in U.S. So when he came, we went to Ohio, our first stop, because that's where they have a lot of African community. Because we trying to attack a lot of African community, because you can't go to the American community, they don't know him. We have to go where they have a lot of African community. So we started from Ohio, and thank God. It was really stressful. It was not easy, because we had to drive 12 hours. 6 hours to go, 6 hours to come back. But it was worth it. It was really so. And I have a family that was helping me. My husband was there. He did all the driving. I have to really thank him, because without him we will not get to that Ohio that day. So I really have to thank him. I don't know how much I could thank him, only God. So he drive, and then we went there. Everything went well, and we raised money. We raised up to $4,000. you know, for just one city.
Yes.
And the goal is we want to go to 7 cities.
Okay.
But because the artist did not have enough time, he need to go back and do some stuff back home with his new music that coming up. So he just told me that I could only do 1 city, but I'll come back to do the rest of the city.
So let me ask you, this was an artist. What kind of artist was
A
this?
singer.
He's a singer.
He's a singer.
And he's a well-known singer?
He's a well-known singer, yes.
Is this a name you can mention?
Oh, well, his name is Petit Kanja.
Petit Kanya.
Petit Kanja.
Petit Kanja.
Yeah, Petit Kanja.
Ah, okay. See,
That's
I don't know him.
Yes.
But you seem really excited talking about him.
Yeah, his name is Petit Kanja.
Okay, so Petit Kanja came here. He did a program for you.
Yes.
And you were able to raise $4,000.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
the first in 2009.
Yeah.
Until this is my first ever donation getting that.
Wow, that was a success.
It was a success. It was a
Wow.
success.
So the question I have for you is, if you raised 4,000, is that 4,000 after all your expenses, or you still have expenses from that?
No, after that, like the 4,000, that's what we made that night.
Okay.
But we made that night because it's just one city.
Yes.
So that 4,000, really, a lot of them went to the expenses that we did.
Okay.
But it's okay because it was my expense in a way. But I just take it as thank God. Because just imagine if we went to all that 6 cities,
Yes.
like New York, for example. New York is a lot of popularity.
Yes.
Maybe there he could make maybe 10 grand or 20 grand one night.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of African community there.
Right.
So just imagine all those cities that we're gonna go to. It could be more successful, but it was still successful
Yeah.
with the one place. That's not really bad because that's my no. Like Sen I've been doing 2009 until now. That's the first time we ever raised that.
Yeah.
First time.
Fatima, this is a really important cause for you.
Yes.
Why is this so important to you? What happened? What triggers this kind of energy for these kids?
It triggered me because I was in those kids' shoes. I mean, I was not in the orphanage. I was with my family, but it was a struggle. So I was in those kids' shoes, and I was one of those kids. So when I came in U.S. in 2002, when I came in U.S., I came from the village.
Yeah.
I was living in the village. I was 14. 14 when I went to the city where the kids are, and I was 14. By 15, I was in U.S. So when I came in U.S., I see a lot of opportunity. Human beings very valuable for American people here. Humans is very valuable for them. They put value on human. And I was not raised. I was raised with love, but the society is there. Human life is not important to that to there, because I don't know if it's because there's a struggle. Everybody just looking for their own, so they don't know somebody else struggle.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's that. But the struggle that I went through from 6 years old until 14, I know how it feel.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I know how it feel.
Because
I was we were actually I was born in Liberia. I was born in Liberia, and the war came. So when the war came, they have to separate everyone, and your parents, you separated from your parents. Some kids went to some place, they don't even know where their parents is. So they take us from the ship. We actually went in the ship from Liberia to Guinea. So when we went to Guinea, we're like in the refugee camps there. Right? It's like a camp, like they, put people in there, people that came from that kind of situation. War was there, so they'll put them in one place, and some people come and grab some people kids and keep them for a little while, and some people will just adopt some of the kids. So I was in those group, and there's some people did not made it in that ship. Some people died. So I was blessed, getting off that hardship and come all the way to Guinea. I know God have a purpose for me in that moment. I was very little, but I remember because it was devastating. I remember selling things that was happening in that moment. So the person that I went with, my mom had to stay back. She was pregnant. She couldn't get inside that ship stuff. She was pregnant that time, and she couldn't come. So I have to go with somebody else. You know, when I went, that person got sick. So that person couldn't cater to me anymore. And I'm young like that. They couldn't cater to me anymore. So they find somebody else, because since they couldn't take care of me now, they find like somebody else to come and get me. So this person got me, and they brought me to their house. And I was little. Every when I pee, the people that was living with that lady, that they were doing stuff for her in the house. Every time I pee, these people would beat me. They would beat me, hurt me. Like even now and day, I still got some mark in my back. Even with me being 31 years old, I still got some mark. Those children would beat me. It was very abusive. And my mom was all the way in different side of the world. I was all the way in different side of the world. So I know was a me struggle, and I escaped all that. My mom came. When my mom came, my mom didn't even know I was in that town that she was in. She didn't know. She thought all this time I was with that person that she gave me to. But I was not with that person, because the person got very ill. So when the person feel better a little bit, instead of the person coming and get me, the person just continued their life. They went to the village. And now I was with this family. So my mom went to the village and asked him and said, "Where's my daughter?" And he was like, "Oh, when we came, I got really sick. So, you know, she's in Guinea." My mom was like, "What?" I was just in there right now. But you know, that time there was no phone, no telephone. There was no communication. You have to go actually to the same place to know what's going on. There was no cell phone. So my mom went. Then when he explained that to my mom spent one night there and get right back in the car again and go look for me. What I was. My mom went and looked for me. Those people didn't even know my name. They call me refugee girl. That's what they used to call me, refugee girl. So when my mom went, my mom asked them, my mom told them my name, but they keep on telling my mom refugee girl. My mom said, "I know that's not my daughter's name, but it's okay, it's life." So my mom saw me. It was very, very, very sad. Every night when I pee, I was like three years old. Every time, you know, some little mistake happened and I pee, they were just in the morning, that was just I would have to be prepared for that. They're going to beat me. You know, like every time when I'm going to bed, I'm like going to bed with this worrying on me every time. Has been a 3 years old or 4 year old. It's very, very sad. So my mom came and get me, and we left, and I was with my mom again until 6 years old. She left again. She had to go look for opportunity for us, because it was difficult. She was a single mom of 2. So she had to figure out what she could do. So she went to a different town and go meet my dad, because when they walk in, we all got break. Like everybody went different places. So she looked for my dad. She find my dad, and they live there now. So she didn't come back for me. She leave me with my grandmother. So I was with my grandmother for all that time. And my mom, they were there struggling until they got the opportunity to come to U.S. So when they came to U.S., then they sent for me to come. So that's why this organization, when I came, I see the lifestyle here. I see how human beings very valuable for them. It really gave me an inside of the thing. I'm like, they have all this opportunity. We can help or change somebody else's life. I said, I'm gonna go for this, and that's when I went for it.
Wow. So how did you start the orphanage? How did you start It Takes a Village Africa?
I started when I went back there. When I came 2002 here, I went back 2009. That's when I went there and see children was struggling. It just gave me flashback of my life, flashback of my own life. So I just put myself in their shoes. So I know how I feel. I know how they me struggle, because I went through some upside down of my life. So I know it. So when I went there, the first thing, I didn't just make a decision all the way there. When I see children, I'll be sitting there in the car, my tear would just be running all day. You will see children in the street, 4-year-old, 6 years old, 10 years old in the street, selling stuff to go provide for their parents. Because parents are old, they can't do all kind of that energy. So those children are in the street. Those children then supposed to go to school and do stuff, but they're in the street selling stuff to just eat that day.
Yes.
They're in the street selling stuff. Kids are in the street begging, begging in the street. That sun is very hot, but kids are in the street. When I see that, my eye was just running. I'm like, oh my God, I need to do something. Yes. And inside me, I was just saying that to me. Every time I got in the car, every time I would get in the car, I'll put like monies in my bag. Yes. So when I see those kids begging, I'll put my window down. And sometimes my auntie will be like, you need to stop doing that. I'm like, no, I can't. My heart cannot take it. Wow. Like she said, you can't be doing this all the time. But she still got that matter, the mindset like that. She stay, and then my mindset is not the same anymore, yes. But she will get frustrated sometimes. But I just tell her, let it be. Life is just like this. Yes. You have to help. I say, I know what these people are going through. My tear will just be running. Wow. I came back in U.S. from that day. When I came back, I sat down. It took me like 5 months thinking about this, praying about it. I'm like, if it meant for me to do it, yes. God, please show me a way. And He showed me no way, and I start off.
So right now, you have a registered 501c3
yes.
nonprofit organization.
Yes.
Wow. So if someone has it on their heart
yes.
to help kids in Guinea, West Africa, you have a vehicle, a way to help a group of kids in It Takes a Village, Africa.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you mentioned earlier that you were able to raise $4,000.
Yes.
What can that $4,000 do?
Put the kids back to school.
Back to school.
Yeah, back to school.
So they were out of school for a little while?
For like 2 months.
Yes.
They were out of school for 2 months. Yeah. So we use some of that funding to buy the uniform, pencil, shoes, clothes, because again, it's not only 2 child, this is 26 children. Right. So we use some of that funding to go toward that school. But unfortunately right now, they have a wars going there right now. Right. So kids, not just our orphanage kids not going to school, it's other kids not going to school because it's not safe right now. Right. They have that violent stuff going on. So right now, they hold on to the school right now, but that funding actually most of them gonna go toward their school, and the school fees are like I was telling you earlier, like somebody that can go to university or college, or the higher you could pay is maybe like $400, $500 a year. That's a year. And some of the kids that maybe first grade, second grade, third grade, the most you would spend $150. $200, that's like a year.
So you're saying if someone has $400 right now that they would like to donate, they could put a kid through college for a year?
For a year.
That is amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing, right? It's very, that's why I look at like from 2009 until now, I look at how much money I spend on coffee in the morning and add that up a year. Yes. It came out to that price. Yes. So I'm going to cut off my coffee, yes. or I'm going to cut off eating too much Madano, add up all that money for the year. It's going to change somebody's life.
That's right.
So I cut off a lot of stuff in my life because when I look at what's stopping those kids to not go to school, yes. it's very heartbreaking. Right. $400, $500. Right. $500 can stop a child to go to school. Yeah. It's very heartbreaking.
Yes. So what's your idea for the future? What's your idea to get funds? I mean, you obviously are not only going to use an artist coming from Africa, but what could people who are Americans, what could people who have a heart for this kind of cause, what could they do? What kinds of things could they provide for you other than money? Even?
Money, yeah. They could provide ideas. That's number one thing, because everything is not about money.
Yes.
They could provide their volunteer. Yes. They could volunteer and anything, ideas, like I've been saying, ideas, and spread the words out there. And some of them can go back home and see the orphanage and give it their, God talent gift to those children to express some stuff to them how life is about. Right. And they could do whatever they want to do.
So if
for
they
any
went
help.
there, for example, would they like teach the kids?
Yeah, they could teach the kids.
Yes.
And Yeah, they could teach the kids
So
reading, writing, and
mathematics,
whatever the person saying, whoever want to try to do something. It's a lot of ways to help these children. It's a lot of ways. Either you travel to go to the country and bring your whatever ideas that you guys have, because that's what we're looking for, ideas to grow this organization. Because we just don't want it to be just in Guinea. We want to touch everybody. That's my goal.
Yes.
We want to touch everybody as much we can. As much I'm living, I want to continue pushing this.
Yes. So, what about healthcare, medical care?
Medical care, we're gonna get to that point, but because when I get to like a medical points right now, we're not in that point yet, because now if you get to that point, it's more costly. We have a doctors in place.
Yes.
He's actually in one of the director in the organization. He's part of it.
Yes.
So he know the situation. He know that it's not a lot of money right now. So we have a doctor in place. Every time the kids get sick, that's why we send the kids, and then we pay him. Not too much money yet. But if we're trying to just go do that, my goal is to open a hospital, and my goal is to open a school. So I have all this big dream, but it's one day at a time.
Yes.
I can't do it alone. It's gonna cost money. It's gonna cost a lot of effort. It's gonna cost a lot of people to get those achievements.
Yes.
So one person can't do it. So I have all those stuff lined up. I want a hospital. I want a school for those children. And I want to have like a scholarship like set up for them when they finish college and they want to continue their education, because obviously their education and here education is not the same.
Yes.
So if they could finish there and come here and finish their school, people can sponsor them to come maybe spend 4 years and finish the school, so they can go back with their brand new idea and help other kids there.
Yes, right. So if I get your mission really is not just to help the kids and the story there, but to equip the kids in such a way that they can continue giving back.
Yes.
Yes, that is fascinating.
Yes.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
So how does someone reach you? How does someone reach you if they are interested in a donation? What would be your website and maybe a telephone number?
A telephone number, mostly because I don't check that website a lot. I need to look for, because again, I have a lot. I'm just focusing right now how to figure out how to raise money. I'm not in that website a lot. I need to find somebody that can manage that website. But to really reach me quicker is the cell phone, and which the number is 630-362-3422.
Okay.
Again, 630-362-3422. But we have the website, is ittakesavillage.org. They could check that too.
Yes.
But if you don't want to get faster response, or go to Facebook,
Okay.
they could message me on Facebook, and that could be a faster response too.
Okay.
But most of the time, I'm not in the website all the time.
So what about Facebook? How do they find you on Facebook?
It takes a village,
Okay.
Africa.
It Takes a Village, Africa. Same identical name on
Yes,
Facebook.
yes,
Very good.
yeah.
And you have pictures there?
Yeah, pictures out there, and some stuff that we done is on there too.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So I'm thrilled to hear your story.
Yes.
I'm really just very glad to be able to help you get this word out. Is there anything that you would like to say to the audience that's going to hear this or see this video?
Yeah. Anything I want to say, especially to the American citizen.
Yes.
I'm a citizen myself. I'm a citizen of the U.S. I was not born here, but I have the citizenship paperwork. I'm just, reaching out to all the people that are gonna watch this thing. Those children in Africa need help. They really, really, really need help. I alone cannot do it. And if anybody wanna help, please reach me. Any way you could help, everything will be appreciated. Money or not money, everything will be appreciated.
Some time ago, you mentioned to me about shipping a container to Guinea.
Yes.
What kinds of things would you ship down that would be helpful?
Hospital equipment.
Okay. And tell me, why is that? Why is the hospital equipment?
Because their hospitals there is very it's very sad.
Okay.
That's what I could say. It don't look like a hospital. Like even the bed that the patients lay down on it, you can't believe it. That's a bed for the hospital. So those orphanage children go to those hospitals. So when you bring those equipments out there, those doctors will be waiting to pay for those things because what they have there right now, it just not. It's very. It's not okay, but because that's what they have, so they managed to use that.
Right. So if you were to get a donation of used medical equipment,
Yes.
you would have the ability to ship that down and raise money in Guinea, West
Yeah,
Africa?
if you sell it, you take all the expenses off because they're gonna cost.
Yes.
Really sending a container in Africa, you're looking at $10,000.
Okay.
Because the container, make sure that the container is full of a lot of nice stuff.
Yes.
It's full of a lot of good stuff when you get there. All computers, all cameras. Nothing. You don't have to be new. Anything that's used for us here,
Yes.
there is brand new to them because they don't have it. We could bring chairs like this. We could bring hospital chairs or hospital clothes, hospital shoes, and anything that can really make money. So when you get there, they could sell those things. It can go toward the children after the expenses get off of it because it's gonna cost an expense to get there.
Right.
So after the expenses get off of it, the rest of it can go toward the children. That's the other way to raise money. They could donate all stuff. Whoever watching this video, they can spread the word out there. Anybody that have a hospital stuff, anything like especially the dentist office, just the regular checking office too is very bad.
Yes.
Cameras,
Yes.
computers, young girls or young women, young men like that, they will go and do whatever they could do to buy those things for them to be always active in the internet. So those stuff work there.
Yes.
And used cars work there too. Some of the cars that we really don't need that there, they need it. So anybody that want to donate anything, that if you don't have cash but you have something valuable in your house, like that you don't use, it could be sold to change a child's life.
Yes.
Call me.
Fascinating. And give us that number one more time, the telephone number.
630-362-3422.
And it takes a village
Africa.
.org.
Yeah,
And also it takes a village
Africa.
on Facebook.
on Facebook.
Fantastic. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much.
No, my
Fatima.
pleasure.
This was such a pleasure.
So, yeah.
We're going to see what we can do also to help It Takes a Village Africa. And we trust that our audience will also have a real opportunity here to see the fruits of your work
Yes.
as they help.
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for having me, and I appreciate your hard work. I mean, you've been like really trying to help. So that's kind of people that I'm looking for. It's not all about money. If you can bring me the ideas and I can work on that idea, I really appreciate it. And thank you so much.
You are absolutely welcome.
Yeah.
And lots of success.
Thank you.